Cut the music up a little louder. We're on different ways.
Yeah.
Had a lot of crooks try to steal. Anyways, hello to all the colleagues out there.
My fucking. I didn't mean to cuss that early. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I didn't mean
Bleep
to cuss that early. My fault, man.
This is a well-spoken, polite boy, Sam Salem, and this is to my right, the screen's left. He is my North Star. He is my Milky Way. He is. Some might call him the mitochondria because he is the powerhouse of this podcast.
Not even. You,
Danny Sellers, a.k.a. Deacon Dan, a.k.a. Lil Dan Dan.
Lil Dan. Shawty.
Midwest boys.
Let me fix your frame real quick because your forehead is. You see that? Look at that. Look into your camera.
I got a 5 head. My forehead going crazy. All right. Well, Danny fixes that. Welcome back to another episode of Callbacks. We're on real chaotic vibes right now. And what I want to talk about is the whiplash that the life I'm living gives me.
The life that you live.
Because...
You live in a Zoovie? Is your life a Zoovie right now?
A Zoovie?
You ever never heard it back in the day? Like, it's about to be a Zoovie.
Like a movie?
Yeah.
But you just put a Z in front of it for no reason?
It's black shit, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is, I feel very chaotic. And this is why, the whiplash of my life. As if you listen to this pod, Danny and I pursue stand-up comedy amongst other things. But also, you got to have, stand-up comedy don't pay that much until you are a very famous headliner.
Until you get canceled, then it pays a lot.
And so you have to have day jobs. And so sometimes you have weeks or days in a row like I just had, where last night I hosted a comedy show for Jay Leno. The Tonight Show.
Big chin guy. A lot of cars.
That dude is worth...
Yeah,
that's pretty good. That's a pretty good Leno. So last night I hosted for Jay Leno, and everybody is like in my DMs being like, that's so amazing. Wow, you're really making it. That's cool.
This is Uvi.
Yeah, I got paid like $15 to do it. And not because of Jay. It wasn't Jay's show, so it was the comedy club or whatever. I go from hosting for Jay Leno, then today, this morning, just having to get up at 6 a.m. to drive 40 minutes
trench work
to substitute teach
trenches
8th grade science class.
Trench work, yeah.
And this kid is even like, they talk trash to you. Like, oh, they always say you look like Logic. This kid is just like, he said something to me like, you ain't special.
That's so specific and like mean to tell somebody you're not special is hilarious.
Yes, he was just like,
oh my God.
I was trying to get the class to call. I'm like, hey, you guys aren't listening to me. And he was like, you ain't special. And I'm like, bro, I just hosted for Jay Leno last night. And these kids are like, who the fuck is Jay Leno? Like, they don't care. They don't know.
Calling a grown up not special is hilarious. I'm sorry. There's a lot of trench work going on. A lot of chaotic energy. Shout out to kids. Shout out to the future. It's not looking super bright, but you know what?
No, the future. I like the kids. They speak up when they want to speak up. They're honest.
Great for you.
But I'm tired.
Yeah, your boys. Yeah, yesterday, I guess I don't want to start this chaotic energy, but it is what it is. Yeah, yesterday I had to get up at like 6:45, edited like 5 things, was here all day. Like I was texting my boy the other day in the group chat. I'm like, you ever had those like 18-hour runs where it's like, bruh, and on hour 2 of the run, I'm going to have things to do pretty much every hour of these 18 hours except for sleep for like 6 hours.
Right. It's too much.
It's too much, bro. It's crazy. So
big coffee guy?
I'm trying not to do too much, but I typically stick to 1 a day. That's the one thing that I try to stick to, a coffee a day. Maybe
routine.
Yeah, maybe rip a little vape just to catch the vibe in the evening. But that's
not vape.
Yeah.
We do not stand for vape in this podcast. How dare you?
I mean, marijuana.
Oh.
I'm not raw dogging vape.
California.
Hey man, if you're listening to this right now, me and Sam literally walked in and said, you know what, man, we're just gonna talk. We both had
No, this
18.
is so planned out.
No, it's not.
I ask you about caffeine because I drank a Celsius for the first time yesterday.
Those are bad for you.
America, all 100 million, 300 million of you listening.
Yeah, right now.
A Celsius, I had never had Let me apologize, Celsius. I was not familiar with your game. because my wife bought it at Costco, so I just thought, like, okay, this is just some little fruity, like, sparkling thing. And then it said, like, on it, like, burns fat. I'm like, that's probably not true, but okay, God. Great. Let me drink it. Bro, for some reason, also, I don't know why I'm so chaotic. I just chugged it. I literally drank.
Bobby Brown jaw.
And I do not drink caffeine. I never have coffee, anything. So your boy is a lightweight when it comes to caffeine.
Uh-huh.
Brother, I chugged this Celsius on an empty stomach, no less.
Uh-huh.
Brother, I felt like I was speed running these chores. I was sweeping. I almost broke the broom handle.
It's too much. I only drink like 75% at most of them.
I posted an Instagram story about it, and everyone's like, my brother in Christ, that is pre-workout.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why are they labeling it as like here's a cute little fun Celsius? No. They make it look like an alcoholic seltzer. It says like, burns fat, and you drink it, and it's like, I might as well. I imagine it to be what like cocaine light is.
It definitely feels like, I mean, I don't know what cocaine feels like, but it feels like the original Four Loko recipe without actual malt liquor in it. It's chaotic.
Yeah.
It's not good for you. I had one the other day when I was shooting, and I was rocking. I was sweating. Like, it was in Joshua Tree. I was legit sweating.
Yeah.
And it was warm, but it wasn't that warm. I was hot.
Yeah. Celsius sponsor us, I guess. Because when I drank that, it felt like my heart was running on diesel.
Yeah, that Bobby Brown jaw, just like grinding your teeth.
Who's Bobby Brown? Is that embarrassing to ask?
Okay. This is crazy.
You're not gonna tell me?
I'm not that mad if you don't know him, but you should know him. Anyways, very popular singer from a very popular band, New Edition. I guess late 80s, 90s. He was the lead singer, or one of the lead singers of New Edition. He was married to Whitney Houston.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whitney and Bobby.
So, exactly, yeah. A lot of those crack pictures with Whitney, Bobby was right there.
You know, my bad. I do know. That's someone who I know. Who I do know.
Shut up,
Bobby. I am familiar with your game.
The familiar with your game is so funny because it's such a like inside joke. Like, I'm familiar.
Yeah. If y'all don't know that, Inside the NBA on TNT has Charles Barkley, Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
And there was just was it about Jokic?
I think so.
Anyways, Shaq in an interview was just like, I have to apologize. I wasn't familiar with your game. But now the internet just took it and ran wild with it.
Hilarious.
Honestly, I think you have big reactions when you laugh.
Uh-huh.
And so I think I hang out with you and I'm like, I'm super funny. And then I go hang out with other people and they're just like, I think you give me false confidence.
You know what it is? I'm big on bits, bro. So if you got a good bit that's funny, I'm going to get weak. I'm going to get weak at my own bits. I'm going to just get weak at bits.
This man weak off the bit.
Yeah, I'm going to get weak off of bits for sure. Sports are back too, but also mental health check this week.
Hey, my guy. My bad. We always start. Apologies. Our starting segment. Danny Sellers trademark mental health check. Apologies.
Now my mental health.
I was familiar with your game and I still messed that up.
My mental health has gotten a little bit worse now. No, I don't really have a funny joke, but my mental health, it feels overwhelming. Like life right now feels overwhelming a little bit. But at the same time, what keeps me like still energized in it all is that like I'm able to do the things.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sick that I know of. I have a little bit of money to do the things. Like even with the special, it's like spending the money my savings on this, it gives me a lot of anxiety because like that's my cushion.
Yeah. And
not having a cushion when you're by yourself as a 31-year-old man is terrifying, bro. But like when I look in the mirror, it's like, bro, what else are my options right now?
Yeah.
Like when you feel that about something where it's like, what else are my options moving forward in life with a certain thing? It's either do nothing or do something, and you feel like that something is, you have conviction in that something. That's what's been keeping me like on the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
But mental health wise, it's like, bruh, it's just be back to back to back to back. Even today, back to back to back things. I've been here all day. Had to do stuff this morning. We were shooting a little sketch any minute now. Then I gotta go do a show. Like it's just, but you know too, you'll drive from Redondo Beach to school to a show.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes the rat race is so hardcore for us that are trying to do it. It's like, why am I doing this? But I'm sure you have those North Star things. It's like, well, what are my other options? I already can see the path.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's the only option on the career we're choosing. It's just you get to a point where you get busy, but you're not paid, and then hopefully you get even busier, and then so you start to get a little more paid, and then you finally get to a point where you get paid as much as you're busy.
Yeah,
and then you get paid and you don't have to do much. That's kind of the career progression that
then
you
get canceled,
hope to happen,
and then boom,
you're just hoping on us getting canceled.
So I mean, it works for most people. It works. A little bit of cancellation, and like, oh, you have to sit down.
Just a little
exactly.
dash. I want to know, for those watching on YouTube, why am I dressed like I'm cardigan jeans and your shorts t-shirt.
That's on the beach.
We look like we just came from.
Oh yeah, so this is a chaotic random episode. What's current event? What's up with us? We went to the beach last weekend. That was a nice day.
Oh yeah, guys, we're friends outside of the podcast.
Officially, it just happened.
Danny and I went to the beach.
Yeah, those are
and
great.
Now there's a hurricane coming to LA.
That's insane. Because I plan on going to the beach tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna go anymore.
There's comedy clubs in San Diego that are canceling their shows tomorrow because they're like, we want to keep our staff safe.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know LA got hurricanes, but please read off some of the comments you got from us on the beach, from the DMs.
Oh.
That was hilarious. Or did you already do that on Instagram?
No, I have not shared. This is a good.
So me and Sam, we had a bro day last weekend. We just said, you know what? We're both older men. Older millennials. We're not old. We're like middle millennials. We're not old.
We're younger millennials.
Okay. Anyways, we're just being washed up and said we're gonna have a very washed up bro day. A couple of beers, hit the beach. So I'm black. If you didn't know.
What?
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I didn't mean to tell you. So I'm pulling up to the beach in regular shorts, beach vibes. And Sam, I feel like I didn't notice you had the long sleeve on.
Okay. Let me just educate y'all.
Okay. On white culture.
The sun. Not good for your skin.
Yes.
That's why some of y'all be looking wrinkly as heck at 50 years old. It's because y'all were hitting them tanning beds. Yeah. And y'all were just raw dog in the sun, no sunscreen.
Right.
I go to the beach. Let me tell you something. Maybe we'll put a picture up for the YouTube people, but
craziness.
I always say that, but then Danny never edits it in because it's just too much work. But
Denisha, you don't have to do
that. Yeah, we got somebody else editing today. So I go to the beach. I wear a long sleeve. Honestly, this was me feeling myself a little bit. I wore a dry fit athletic long sleeve shirt. Yeah. Normally I wear a hoodie. So Danny puts up a Instagram story that says, the haters said we aren't friends in real life, and then he does a little video of us hanging out at the beach.
IRL.
You use IRL, you're hip with the lingo.
Exactly.
I had a hat on, I had long sleeves, and I had a towel covering me. So it was just
chaotic.
I was as covered as you could believe, plus I had sunscreen.
I had my shoulders out.
Everybody, and yeah, Danny's just wearing a tank top, and everyone's going in the comments. Long sleeve at the beach? Not today, Satan. Are you calling me Satan?
Right, yes.
I'm getting called the Satan for wearing long sleeve at the beach? It's someone else. Towel, long sleeve, hat, those UV rays got no chance. Long sleeves plus blanket, the right level of SPF for Sam. Ha ha ha. You can tell he hates the beach and is pale. I mean, be more creative. All right?
The fact that you got
come for me.
The fact you got bullied on our Instagram. Was it your Instagram? Or
it was the show's Instagram.
That's hilarious.
Someone said Sam versus the Sun needs to be a reoccurring segment on the podcast.
You just dying from being red.
That's my mental health tip for the day. It's not even mental health. It's just protect yourself from the sun. The sun is no joke.
Yeah.
Your skin literally doesn't get affected at all by the sun.
I've gotten sunburnt before. I live in Florida, so I've gotten sunburnt a little bit, like on my nose and my forehead, like with track season.
Yeah.
When I didn't wear sunscreen, or sometimes with football here and there, but you have a helmet on, so you don't really typically. But every once in a while, you get like a little on your forearms or something.
What's it look like?
It's like peel, like dry, like peely. It doesn't get red. I mean, it doesn't get red. It's just like a little peel, like Like sometimes when you're ashy, little shit, like kind of, it's like dead skin ish.
Look at me, I'm learning about Bobby Brown. I'm learning about
exactly lockjaw. You looking to crack.
Learning about you getting sunburned.
Yeah,
that's what's up. Moral of the story is the haters are devastated that we're in real life friends and that you came over to my house. What did you think? House review. What do you think of my house?
Phenomenal house, bro. I'm proud of you. Proud of you and Lucy. That's a good, beautiful house. Okay.
Nice support. That's not good content for the podcast.
What you want me to do? Be a hater?
Be like, yeah, some of those walls, paint's chipping.
I have. Look,
you had a bedroom with no bed in it, broke ass.
Yeah, you have multiple rooms. I have 4 walls. At least you have a lot of different walls. I have a studio apartment.
That's true. The backyard hang in LA hits different because just having a backyard makes it. So.
Yeah, be proud of that shit, man. I do feel like as comedians, I've noticed this myself. I'm bad at taking compliments a lot.
Of course.
Even with this whole special thing. And
Danny's shooting a comedy special.
Yeah. And I'm looking at like visuals and stuff. I like rap and I like the braggadocious shit of rap. But I feel like when you're a comedian, you can't really do that as much.
Yeah.
Like people are like, oh, why is he taking himself so serious? Or why is he
right?
But I don't know. I'm trying to balance it all. Like, okay, maybe I can still look fly and do my thing versus me like having a shrug of like, I don't know,
Yeah,
cover art.
Not that I watched Nanette, but like it was the Hannah
watch it.
Nanette, like it's like, oh, as comedians, we just make ourselves the joke and are always self-deprecating. So it is kind of a weird vibe as a comedian when you're like, okay, I'm gonna do comedy, but part of comedy is like self-deprecation, but then like, oh, I want to make myself look cool.
Yeah,
it's like a weird tension between those.
Yeah, and I mean, I've said this a bunch. Maybe I've even said it on here, and I'm sorry if I have. But sometimes I feel like the people that I loved when I started or when I was a fan of comedy as a kid. Yeah. Were cool dude, like, Eddie Murphy. I never thought Eddie Murphy was a loser. I never thought that, Kevin Hart was a loser.
Right.
These dudes look fly. They had cool clothes on. Cat Williams, he was he looked like a little pimp character, but he still seemed like a cool dude.
Right.
So it's just one of those things where within comedy, and I think some of my jokes are self-deprecating or minimum, maybe not deprecating, but self-reflective.
Yeah.
And that I do get vulnerable at times. So I think there's a balance there, but the whole but I feel like in conversation though, to your point, like you owning a house, it's like you feel kind of ashamed about, I have a house, dog. I'm a 31 grown ass man and married,
Real quick on that, when people like comedians are just going around roasting each other or friends in general. We all have friends where but then someone takes it way too far. And, like they just say something way too real. Yeah. There's this guy who was like roasting me at the Comedy Store, and I kind of purposely took it too far because I thought like to be like cringe and funny on purpose, but it got really real for a second. And he kept coming at me, and I was like, finally, yeah, well, at the end of the day, I go to bed next to a woman I love in a house that I own. So
nice.
And he just looked at me and was like, bro, why would you say that to me?
Yeah. 4 roommates and a single.
Why would you attack me like
on
that?
Tinder horny? Like, man, I can't even, that's crazy.
Anyway, didn't mean to cut you off on your
No, that was really the end of the thought. It's just, because I had this revelation this week after I got back from Joshua Tree. So for the people that are listening, I'm shooting a special on the 28th, and I'm shooting like a short intro and outro for it, like visuals or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so as I was leaving that, and I came back and looked at the footage, I need to be better at being like, not braggadocious, but bragging about the work that I do, because a lot of people that we know that are doing well in the city, whether they be comedians, whether they be artists, musicians, whatever,
right,
they're getting ahead because they aren't afraid to either one, be cringe, or at minimum just show their work all the time.
Yep.
Flex. They use social media as a billboard versus where sometimes I feel like I use social media still just to connect with my friends.
Right.
You talked about that sometimes too, like what you post or what you shouldn't post. It's like, at this point, this is kind of not what it used to be.
Yep.
It's just a billboard for my business as a stand-up.
Yeah, and like I think we've talked before, everything's cringe until all of a sudden you're making money off of it and success, and all of a sudden people are like, oh, that's, So I mean, I think you just gotta, you know what you gotta do? Listen to your heart.
When you just make a song?
Calling for you. You don't know that song?
No, Sam. If you don't know who Bobby Brown is, you think I know that song is?
That is the Bobby Brown of white people music.
Okay, exactly. still equivalent.
So, speaking of music, can we get to our? I have one date for us today.
Yeah.
Can we get to our save the date?
Yeah.
Okay. This is our favorite segment where usually we have a guest, but as you have now found out, we're set down, we're recording. You guys seem to like the Just Us podcast, but let us know. If you absolutely hate it, message me, and then I'll cry to my wife about it, but then I'll do what you guys like.
And I'll just talk to myself in my studio apartment because no one loves me.
That's really depressing. Okay, so save the date.
Over a glass of wine.
Our date today is the 31st of May, 2009. This is Obama's America.
Oh, yeah, I guess it was. 31st of May 2009.
Is this music related?
Oh, music related.
Lil Wayne is a feature on this track. This is a song release.
No, not Millie. No.
It's not a Lil Wayne song. He just features on it.
Swagger like us. No, it's later.
It is Down by Jay Sean. Baby, are you down?
Why are you telling me this?
Okay, this is why. One, that song doesn't hit.
For who? Me?
For all of the United States of America.
Samuelita, you think I'm ever playing Are You Down by, who is it, Jason?
Jay Sean and Lil Wayne. All of you know that song, by the way.
Also,
baby, are you down?
I've heard of it in like a skating rink and like a Claire's. What do you mean? Why is it?
That's a white person song?
Why are you telling me this? Please, because now I'm getting pissed off.
Okay, well, I'm just shook that you don't think that's a good song. I'm singing every word when that song comes on. That is crazy. You're telling me that's a white person song, or that's just your preference?
Sam,
you don't want to talk about it
anymore. There's no niggas listening to Are You Down on a consistent basis. I didn't mean to drop the N-bomb this early in the podcast, but now I'm pissed off.
Okay,
we told y'all it's gonna be chaotic energy.
The reason I bring this up,
please,
because Lil Wayne's verse goes absolutely 2009 Lil Wayne. Yes. Okay. So at school today, this just happened today.
Okay.
The AC was like stuck on, and all these kids are always asking me to do something about it. And I'm like, y'all been in this classroom more than I have. I don't know why y'all are asking me to do stuff.
On like really cold or hot?
It was way too cold.
Okay.
LA public schools, it's either no air conditioning and you heat to death, or the AC is blasted all the way and you are like hypothermia.
Real quick before you continue, are LA schools, are they outdoor schools or are they like all enclosed?
Oh yeah, no, they're like open
portables.
Campuses.
Okay.
Yeah, where it's like a bunch of portables and you walk to each class, or they'll maybe be like one main building, like the rich public schools, like in Redondo Union. It'll basically be the size of like 6 mini high schools all over campus. But yeah, you walk around, which is crazy coming from the Midwest. Anyway, the reason I bring this up, so it's very cold, very, very cold in this classroom. And this girl keeps complaining about it. And so finally this other girl just went, she cold.
Yeah.
And in Lil Wayne's verse, it goes, she cold over freeze. I got that girl from overseas. So my corny self, when she shouted, she cold, I went, over freeze. She got that girl from overseas. And all these kids just looked at me.
Yeah, because they don't know the song either.
They don't know the song at all, which I hate when old people are like, oh, you don't know this song. That song came out in 2009. These 8th graders, 2010 is when they were born.
Yeah, exactly.
They were born in 2010.
Yeah.
There are kids in high school that were born in 2009. But the thing that I was like, do you guys know that song? And they're like, no, which that didn't hurt my feelings. The craziest part of it, I was like, Lil Wayne's on it. And this girl went, who? And I'm like, no.
Oh, she didn't know Lil Wayne?
And I'm like, no, you playing. And she said, no. And I'm like, Lil Wayne. You don't know who Lil Wayne is? And there was maybe 2 kids in this whole class. Now, I'm not saying you need to listen to Lil Wayne, but to not know who Lil Wayne is.
That's nasty.
And finally, I was saying some songs or whatever. And this one girl went, oh, he's friends with Kanye. And that was.
Are these black kids?
And that, it was a mainly Latino school.
So they.
But there was all races in this classroom. Well, no, I guess not all races, but there was many races. But that was just like, I hate when like older generations are like, oh, you don't know when this presidency, whatever. But I'm like, yeah, y'all not knowing who Lil Wayne is foul.
Yeah. Yeah, you should know who Lil Wayne is. Because I feel like for my generation, I knew whether it be LL Cool J or like LL Cool J, who was like right before
Brother,
that.
Who are you texting that's so much more important?
Robert. Right. The person that's about to come in here in a second.
We might need to cut this.
Yeah.
From the.
There we go. Come on in.
So that's my one little date for you. I learned two things: that kids don't know who Lil Wayne is.
That's disappointing.
Kids, I mean, that made me feel old. But also, "Down" by Jay Sean apparently is a white person song.
It 100% is. Do you know this song? This Jay Sean. Are you down?
You don't even know that song?
Down,
oh, okay. Well, what's your ethnicity? Brazilian? Okay, well, for all those listening on, a Brazilian man walked in the room and he does not know the song "Down" by Jay Sean. So that doesn't really prove either of our points at all.
It proves that it's a white song. He's not a regular white man like you are.
Yeah, that's okay. You're right. All right, you proved my point. I guess "Down" by Jay Sean, but Jay Sean ain't white.
So let's put it in. Florida is black. You think Florida is making music thinking it at all ever about me?
Hey, Florida, in the words of Lakeith Stanfield's character on Atlanta, moms need rap too.
They do.
Anyway, so I just thought I'd hit you with that one little date on this, cute little abbreviated episode. So that was Save the Date.
Yeah.
Let's get a quick little closeout with our favorite ending segment, Danny's Ism, which is Life Lessons with Danny.
This ism is super short, sweet, nothing crazy. Be kind to yourself and rest.
Be kind, rewind.
Why do you I feel like anything I say, you make it lamer.
Yeah, brother, I'm a white man wearing a cardigan right now.
Yeah, I feel like you're phenomenal. You're like one of the best to ever do that.
They call me Wet Blanket Sam. What can I?
Wet blanket? Who said? Someone told you that for real?
Yeah, people in high school told me I was a wet blanket.
I feel like people say a lot of mean shit to you.
Yes, I have a very I'm not gonna punch you or fight you type energy.
I wouldn't let people say no crazy shit like that to me.
People can say
what did a girl tell you this? Hold on. She told you you're not special?
That was a 14-year-old kid. I was like, hey, y'all need to listen to me. Shit, you ain't special.
You gotta smack one of these. I'm sorry, you can't say
no, I'm
smack.
not gonna hit a kid.
I know, you can't do that anymore. But you should at least embarrass them in front of the kid. In front of the other kid.
I'll roast the kid back, but like also
they should be embarrassed.
This is a perfect example of dealing with kids. I saw this was like a viral tweet. This woman was like, I signed up to like Proctor ACT, like when kids are taking ACT and no one's paying attention. And finally she raises her voice like, hey, listen. And the kid just went, okay, sweater. And she happened to be wearing a sweater. And the class absolutely lost their mind.
Like I did, isn't it?
Yeah, what do you say back to that? There's just kids, you can't.
You gotta start pulling out grades. You gotta start pulling out socioeconomic status. You gotta pull out a lot of stuff.
I'm gonna tell a small brown boy, oh, you broke though. And they'll be like,
yeah.
Like,
get your money up. Juan,
they're gonna be like, brother, you're a substitute teacher.
Yeah, bruh. Okay, so what? I'm getting money though.
The only time it works is gym class because, like I've said, you just dunk
unathletic. Yeah. Anyway,
it's over. All right,
this has been a phenomenal episode of Callbacks.
There's people in the room, and I've never felt more self-conscious in my life.
Yeah, this is performing. Life imitates art.
The classic: like, comment, subscribe, review on Apple Podcasts. Follow Danny at Follow Sellers because imagine having less than 50K followers.
So you gonna roast me? You should have said that earlier.
I'm just taking out on my anger on you from the kids.
Called you a bitch ass dude. All right, y'all, love you.
Get them safe.